Donald Trump has exposed the vulnerabilities of Mexico's president during a press stop on Air Force One today.
So Mexico is saying that I offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to take care of the cartel. She wants to know, is that true? Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
That's why I'm asking. We'll see.
I will answer it. It's true. Absolutely. Because they are horrible people that have been killing people left and right. They've made a fortune on selling drugs and destroying our people. We lost 300,000 people last year to fentanyl and drugs. They're bad news. Yeah, that's true. If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it. I told her that. I would be honored to go in and do it. The cartels are trying to destroy our country. They're evil. And, we had 300,000 people die last year from fentanyl and all of that. We had millions of people brought into this country that shouldn't be here. The cartels brought them in. So if she said that I offered to do that, she's 100% right.
Are you disappointed that she denied that request when she doesn't like
Well, she's so afraid of the cartel she can't walk, so that's the reason. And I think she's a lovely woman. But the president of Mexico is a lovely woman. But she is so afraid of the cartels that she can't even think straight.
But it was a little different over in Mexico, where the president confirmed that she rejected Trump's offers for help, but explained that she did so from a position of strength and sovereignty.
El día de ayer salió en un periódico de los Estados Unidos, en el Wall Street Journal, que el presidente Trump, en una de las llamadas, me dijo que era importante que entrara el ejército de los Estados Unidos a México para ayudarnos en la lucha contra el narco. Y quiero decir que es verdad, que en algunas de las llamadas, pero no así como lo menciona, dijo: ¿en qué les podemos ayudar para luchar contra el narcotráfico? Les propongo que entre el ejército de los Estados Unidos a ayudarle. ¿Y saben qué le dije? No, presidente Trump. El territorio es inviolable, la soberanía es inviolable, la soberanía no se vende. La soberanía se ama y se defiende. No hace falta, se puede colaborar, podemos trabajar juntos, pero ustedes en su territorio, nosotros en el nuestro, podemos compartir información, pero nunca vamos a aceptar la presencia del ejército de Estados Unidos en nuestro territorio.
Online commentators had mixed reactions to Trump's comments regarding Mexican cartels, with this person saying the US shouldn't be asking permission to go into Mexico and destroy them. They said Donald Trump labeling the cartels as international terrorists sounded bold, but what was the point if we're only going to act with permission and only when asked? That's wild. This person agreed, saying, don't ask next time. But this person wasn't as gracious to the Mexican president as Trump was, saying it's almost as if she's protecting them. And whilst Donald Trump is trying to dismantle the cartels, CNN is going inside and asking the cartels how they feel about the US president.
According to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. I mean, the cartels have been labeled a foreign terrorist organization. What do you make of that?
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues de todos modos tenemos que comer.
What's your message to Donald Trump if he's watching this?
Mis respetos, él tiene que según él buscar lo mejor para los suyos. Pero el detalle que ya están los consumidores, ¿no? Si no hubiera consumidores, pues...
Online commentators blasted the story, with this person saying, just when you think they can't sink any lower. And it turns out that not only left-wing media is working against Trump, immigration judges are also allegedly being paid off by the cartels to dismiss cases, according to reports.
What did you think when you heard these stories of these two judges, with all of the victims you've talked to of illegal alien activity, with all the work the Border Patrol does on the border? What goes through your mind?
Well, thank God it's about time. And I've got sources inside the administration we're talking to that say this is just the beginning. There's going to be many more. So that is a breath of fresh air for the American people. These are the guys that have been aiding and abetting. And think about this, Grant. These are the judges that were dismissing without prejudice all of the immigration cases. Over 1 million in 1 year. They dismissed these illegal aliens basically to let them go into our country scot-free and eventually get citizenship. The biggest question I have is to find out how many of them not just are harboring, not just are protecting. They think that they're going to get away with it. They think they might get a slap on the wrist. But how many of them are directly tied to the cartels or tied to some other foreign entity that's been paying them? That's where we really need to send the investigations. And I really hope Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and the rest of them are doing that. I have no doubt, again, in hearing some of what I'm hearing in the back channels, that more is coming.
But Trump and his administration will not be stopped. Border Czar Tom Homan gave a very clear warning to any bureaucrats telling officials not to cooperate with ICE.
Jordan Conrad's Gateway Pundit. So, the president signed an executive order just this week threatening to defund sanctuary cities for their policies. Why not just arrest the leaders who are harboring and shielding illegal aliens, actually terrorists, from deportation?
Wait to see what's coming.
And, well, real quick, your comments on the Wisconsin governor sending directives to state agencies to not comply with ICE and actually stop your deportation efforts.
Wait to see what's coming.
Any updates on the
I meant what I said. You can not support what we're doing. And you can support sanctuary cities. That's what you want to do. But if you cross that line of impediment or knowingly harboring, concealing illegal alien, that is a felony. And we're treated as such.
Can you tell us anything about Mike Waltz from China that we've seen coming over in recent years?
No update.
Any thoughts on Mike Waltz's tenure as National Security Advisor?
I've been in a skiff all morning doing classified briefings. I'm not aware of that, and it's out of my lane.
Was he in there?
Attorney General Pam Bondi agreed, slamming the prosecutor who enabled the escape of an alleged illegal alien domestic violence perpetrator.
And to set the stage for you and Sandra, this was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up 2 people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. And John, you know, it's so rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom. You're not going to believe this. Takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
And whilst conspirators are getting dealt with, ICE and other government agencies are ramping up deportations as promised by Trump.